Hey there, handy friends. Today we're going to be making Nasturtium tincture. If you're not familiar with nasturtiums, they're a beautiful flower. I have them growing all over my garden, and if you leave some of the flowers behind, they will self-seed. So I'm going to share with you a few different things that nasturtium is good for. Nasturtium is very high in vitamin C, iron, a lot of the B vitamins, antioxidants, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. It's good for UTIs, yeast infection, cough, flu, colds, viruses. It's a natural antibiotic. Now this tincture can also be used as an antiseptic and an astringent. So if I get a wound or a cut, I can use this tincture right directly on it to help disinfect it. It's also very good for toe fungus. So if you have any toe fungus going on, you can just go ahead and use this in between your toes and on your toenails, and this will help that as well. Nasturtiums are just great. One thing that I really love about the Nasturtium tincture is that I can take all these beautiful flowers and tincture it up, and then I have something to remind me of summer throughout winter. So it's got this beautiful vibrant color and it just tastes so great. Nasturtium tincture mineral elements are potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, copper, zinc, and iron. So it's really a powerhouse, and I love nasturtium flowers. They're great to have in your garden. They're beneficial to your garden in their own ways. So if you're not familiar with them, make sure you check that out soon. If you love nasturtiums or you have them on your home property, be sure to comment below and let me know. Now let's wrap it up and show you how easy it is to tincture these nasturtiums. So we are collecting all our nasturtium flowers here, and I choose to use the flowers because they make my nasturtium tincture colored. However, the leaves hold just as much nutritional value as the flowers do. So I am breaking my flowers up. They're really easy to break up by hand. I like to be hands-on when I'm making my tincture. They smell so great and I love how they feel. You can use a knife if you so choose. We are just increasing the surface exposure here by breaking up the flowers, so that way the alcohol can extract as much of the medicinal properties out of the flowers as possible rather than putting them in whole. When using fresh herbs, fresh flowers for tincturing, I fill my jar 3/4 of the way full, so 3/4 of the way full before I add my vodka. I am using a 80 proof vodka here, which is a 40% alcohol, 60% water blend. And that is crucial. So you want to use an 80 proof or higher. A lot of people use 100 proof. 80 proof is really good for home use. I will not be selling this tincture, and this is the best way to kind of like be sure of what your doses will be. It's the safest way to make tinctures is with the 80 proof. 100 proof extracts way more of the medicinal properties, and that's when you get into the chemistry and the mathematics of it all. So I filled my jar 3/4 of the way with fresh nasturtium flowers, and I filled the rest up with vodka and left about an inch of headroom. I will be leaving this tincture to macerate in a cool, dark place for 4 to 6 weeks, and then the flowers will be infusing in the vodka. Now, vodka and alcohol is the best extraction method you can use to extract the medicinal properties out of any herb. So that's why for tincturing we use alcohol, and that's why tinctures are always the strongest dose of herbal infusion that you can make. Alright, now it's time for the muslin and sieve. I use muslin. A lot of people use cheesecloth. That'll work fine for this too. I just always have muslin around. And we're gonna simply strain our tincture after the 4 weeks of maceration. So straining is really simple, just straining it with the muslin and sieve. Takes just a quick minute. You can compost your nasturtium tincture flowers that were left over. Don't throw those away, those will be great for the compost. And now we're gonna strain it all the way here. And this tincture will be good for about 2 to 5 years. Tinctures without fresh herbs inside of them can last a really long time. I will use this tincture up within 2 years, probably even before that, for flus and colds and any other viruses that could possibly be going around. So this is a wonderful tincture to have on hand during this time in our lives. It's really crazy right now. Look at that beautiful red hue. Kind of reminds you of St. John's wort tincture a little bit. So that red hue is in contribution from the colors and the tones of the flowers. And so that's why I choose to use flowers instead of the leaves. Like I said, you can use the leaves as well. Pouring my tincture into these 2-ounce amber dropper bottles, they will help ensure the freshness and longevity of my tincture with easy dosing. If you enjoyed my video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. So if you enjoy herbs, foraging, and wildcrafting like I do, I hope to see you again here soon. I really appreciate the time that you've spent with me today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And find me at my website, www.herbalmeadowsbotanicals.com. See you next time.